March 16th, 2022, Tyler, Texas, 2:45 in the afternoon. A man sits in a dental chair, waiting on a set of dentures he's argued about for over a year. In the next 10 minutes, 2 doctors will be dead, and the man in that chair will be driving away in his truck. This isn't a robbery, it isn't random, and by the time police identify a suspect, he's already back in his own driveway 7 miles away, found not because of a manhunt, but because one employee, mid-crisis, thought to take a photo of a license plate. This is the case of Stephen Alexander Smith and the 2 men he killed over a pair of dentures. If you're new here, this channel breaks down real cases using actual police radio, 911 audio, and court records, not dramatizations. Subscribe now so you don't miss how this one ends, because the interrogation footage in this case is unlike anything we've covered. At 2:45 p.m., the Smith County Sheriff's Office takes a 911 call from Affordable Dentures and Implants, a clinic on Highway 31 East, just outside Tyler.
Okay, give me one.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No! No! Open the door! Open the door!
Ma'am, that shot? Was that shot? Can you hear me?
Ma'am!
Was that
Ma'am.
shot?
Yes, ma'am! He shot our doctor! He shot our doctor!
Is your doctor okay?
I don't know this gentleman. All I heard is some ruckus in the bag. And he took off. He's going down the highway. He shot the doctor.
Okay, give me 1 second, okay?
He shot like 6 shots. Hurry up, please, ma'am.
Where's the doctor at?
He's in the front doorway of the business. He's gone. Yes, ma'am, he did.
The caller doesn't know it yet, but the man dispatch is asking about has already left the building. He's driving away in his own truck.
Okay.
He just went to punch it on him and then he pulled out and started shooting.
Hey, come on, bud. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, is he still breathing?
No, it doesn't look like he's breathing. Hang on, I'm gonna check your pulse real quick.
A little bit. I'm trying right now. Get carotid.
Do you feel anything?
I'm checking.
Very light.
That's a very light pulse.
Carotid pulse is very light.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do next. Is he flat on his back?
No.
He's laying on his side right now.
Okay, get him flat on his back. And what about the other patient? Is he still breathing?
He's breathing. Yes, he's breathing.
On 3, let's move. 1, 2, 3.
Great.
Flat on his back.
How does it melt?
All right, you keep pressure, I'll push.
Y'all understand everything?
Yeah, we got 1 keeping pressure, and I'm counting off. You counting off 1?
Good job. 1, 2,
The patient left and came back inside with a gun and he started shooting everybody.
Hey,
Here's gauze if anybody needs to know.
let's go to the other patient. Do you have
Dr. Rowe and Dr. Sinclair.
Yeah, he's on his side. He's kind of trying to move around, so he's good.
Okay. He's conscious and breathing, correct?
Correct.
I'm worried about her. She has her his head.
What's his name?
Blake Sinclair.
Okay, she's probably finding the ambulance. She's not going to channels, okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
Stay on the side. You'll hear that we'll take some documents back here. So stay on the side.
Yeah, we got him out.
Can I hear something to me? I don't care what it is.
Got sheets. Here. Here's a blanket.
Alright,
Maine.
Do you have an officer to spare? I'm gonna need some hands.
Deputies arrive to find 2 men down inside the clinic, both shot, both still alive. Paramedics start CPR within minutes. One deputy works chest compressions on one of the victims for close to 5 minutes before an ambulance reaches the scene. The victims are identified as Dr. Jack E. Burrows, Jr., 75, and Dr. Blake G. Sinclair, 59, both longtime dentists in the Tyler community. Both are rushed to a Tyler hospital. Neither survives the day. Here's where most cases like this stall. A suspect in a truck. No name, no direction. Not this one. While the shooter is still inside the clinic, a staff member steps outside and photographs his license plate. That single decision is what turns this into a resolved case within the hour instead of a days-long search. The plate gets to the first deputy on scene. He radios it to dispatch.
He's clearing them out.
So he shot 2 doctors?
I know he shot 2 people. I don't know who they are.
Yeah. I don't even know how many. I was just told multiple.
He is a disabled veteran. His license plates show that, but I don't know what branch of service. Hey, Sergeant Lindsay said go ahead and stand down. That Tyler PD already has other information that there could be 2 children inside the house, 2 people. So he just said stand down. I don't think there's anybody in that house next door to him. I think they're maybe remodeling it, or maybe they're at work.
Within minutes, officers have an address in South Tyler, a home on Spring Creek Drive. A deputy actually reaches that house at the same moment the suspect's truck pulls into the driveway. The man gets out and runs inside before anyone can stop him. Before this call, none of that speed happens. One photo, taken under pressure by someone who wasn't law enforcement, closes the gap between active shooter and suspect located. As deputies converge on the house, radio traffic starts filling in the picture.
What about the house directly across the street? Has anybody made sure that this... I was going to say something to them, but I thought if he saw them quitting and leaving right away that he might freak out, so I waited until they got more people here. No, detectives pull into the drive or in the driveway and then get out and go inside the house. Sergeant said somebody got information, I think it was y'all's agency, that there may be 2 other people inside the house, maybe children.
And some of it is wrong. For several tense minutes, officers believe there may be kids inside with the suspect. It changes the entire approach. No forced entry, no rush. That report turns out to be incorrect. The house next door was empty, mid-renovation, but at the time, nobody can afford to guess. What officers do know: the suspect is a disabled veteran. His plates confirm his military status, though not yet which branch. He's now barricaded inside his parents' home, and a full perimeter goes up. Smith County SWAT, Tyler PD SWAT, and hostage negotiators.
Hey, come to us! Keep coming backwards! Keep coming backwards! Keep your hands up! Just keep walking backwards! Stand up. Hey, we're gonna pull him on this side. We're pulling to you. Pull him. Come back! Push back! Hold what you got. Doherty, back up! Keep coming back! Keep coming back! Keep coming back! We're gonna bring him to us. Come on! Stop!
L310-4. All right, everybody copy that. Suspect in custody.
Anybody else in the house? Anybody else in the house? We're gonna clear the house. That's suspect. We're right here. We got to react ready.
Yeah, I don't have anybody here for that.
Get on this side. We're gonna approach on this side.
Hey, come on backwards. Don't put him in mine.
The standoff doesn't end with a breach. It ends because the suspect's own parents, stopped at a roadblock nearby, are allowed to call him directly. Minutes later, he walks out and surrenders. We're not even at the interrogation room yet, and this is the part of the case that surprised investigators the most. Hit subscribe now so the algorithm actually shows you part 2, because YouTube buries channels people don't follow. The man taken into custody is 40-year-old Stephen Alexander Smith. The first thing deputies find when they search him isn't a weapon, it's body armor, worn underneath his clothes. A later search of his bedroom turns up additional firearms and ammunition. Investigators later confirm 2 handguns recovered from the home match the caliber of the weapon used at the clinic.
Hey, Stephen, while you're cooling off, buddy, I'm going to read you something, okay? This is your Miranda warning, all right?
I guess I'd like to exercise my right to remain silent.
Okay, yeah. Hey, I'm not going to ask you any questions. I'm just going to let you sit here for a little bit, and let you cool off, okay?
Smith is charged with capital murder of multiple persons, one of the most serious charges under Texas law, along with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, stemming from a separate moment inside the clinic. He reportedly pointed his gun at a staff member who pleaded with him, telling him she had a child. He lowered the weapon without firing. He's booked on a $3 million bond. What happens next is the strangest part of this case. Smith is read his Miranda rights. He asks for an attorney before formal questioning, a request investigators respect immediately.
Hey, we got any water?
Don't have any on me.
Anybody got any water in your truck? Lindsay? All right, I got you a bottle of water, man. It's not cold, but it's water, okay? It's okay. Breaking the seal for you. All right. There you go. Tell me when, all right? All right, hey, come out this way. Spin around this way. Hey, we'll walk this way. Walk up this door. Step up, big steps.
But what follows isn't silence, it's small talk. Water. Him mentioning he feels nauseous, dehydrated.
Army? How long did you serve?
11.
11? 11 years? When did you go in?
Just before 9/11.
Oh, really? Hey, it's all right. Hey, take a deep breath, man. It's all right. It's all right. I was in the Army. I was in there in Desert Storm.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It made me grow up. It made me become a man. It made me become responsible. I'm pretty sure you didn't. I didn't wind up going over to Kuwait or Iraq or any of the Desert Storm or anything going on over there. I wound up staying here. Wound up going to Fort Hood, training people to go over there. That's where I wound up. And then when the war quit, my contract was up, so I got out. And that's something I wanted to do the rest of my life, so I decided to get out. This is what I wanted to do. This is where I wanted to be, so. What was your MOS?
11 Bravo.
11 Bravo? Oh, man.
4.5 years.
Good Lord.
And then 92 Alpha.
92 Alpha? What's that, Alpha?
That's automated logistics.
Okay.
And then, unprompted, he starts talking about the Army. Smith tells the detective he enlisted just before 9/11, trained soldiers at Fort Hood for deployment to Desert Storm-era operations, but never deployed himself. His MOS, 11 Bravo, infantry, for 4.5 years, then 92 Alpha, automated logistics. He circles back to his service more than once. Investigators never get a clear answer on why that detail mattered so much to him in that room. It's the one thread in this case nobody, not detectives, not the court record, ever fully resolves.
I think he did surgery. How it works is you do surgery and you get a temporary denture. And then after you get your temporaries, you come back for a full year to do adjustments. So we changed out the soft liner. Well, he finally had did his impressions for his, so he's been coming here for at least a year because we were delivering his finals. But we've done relines over relines and rebases. I know you probably don't know what that is, but he's never happy when he comes in.
Okay,
never.
so he's always got issues.
Yeah, we got notes. We don't have cameras, but we have notes that, he's irate every time he comes in there. Never this crazy, but he's angry every time he comes in. And I was telling, she's a new girl. They were in there with. I told her, I said, he's crazy, like he's irate, and she sees it now, but, and so they told Dr. Sinclair, and Dr. Burrows said that when we delivered his final dentures, if he was not happy, we were releasing him as a patient. So I don't know what happened while they were in there.
To understand what happened inside that clinic, investigators turned to the people who dealt with Smith the longest, the staff. According to a dental assistant who treated him, Smith had been a patient at Affordable Dentures for well over a year, going through surgery, temporary dentures, and repeated adjustments. Clinic notes described him as difficult at nearly every visit, not violent, just persistently dissatisfied. Dr. Burrows and Dr. Sinclair had already discussed cutting him loose as a patient if he wasn't satisfied when his final dentures were delivered that day. That conversation happened, and according to a court affidavit, staff had told Smith just before the shooting, that he would no longer be welcome at the clinic because of how he'd treated employees.
So I went in, he was upset about, before we even put the dentures in, he was complaining about the acrylic of the dentures not being extended like he wanted it to be. We've had this ongoing issue with him for months now. We've worked on his temporaries for almost a year and a half now, so all of us already had the idea that if he wasn't pleased at his delivery, then we were going to have to refund him his money, because he's just come back. So I respectfully told him, I said, sir, we have already done four, but we had really only done 3 relines on his temporaries and 1 rebase, which means you're really only supposed to get 1 or 2 of those while you're in your temporaries. So I was just explaining to him, we've been doing this with you for a while. Yeah. And I told him, I don't think that we can please you, because every time the dentures come out, there's something wrong with them. And then that's whenever he stood up and, I went and got Dr. Burrows after that conversation. I went and got Dr. Burrows and I said, I think you need to go in there and tell him that it's time for us to release him as a patient, because me and the doctors had already discussed it, that if he was being picky and being, hateful like he always is, that we were going to refund him his money. Yeah. And the whole time that I'm sitting here trying to adjust his denture, he stands over us. Like, he just stands there and tells us what to do with his dentures. Well, I asked Dr. Burrows to go in there and ask him to sit down, because he was just hovering us while we were working. He does it every time he comes in. So Dr. Burrows goes in, asks him to sit down. They start having a little conversation. Dr. Burrows asked him, what's the issue with the dentures? And he says, I really haven't gotten to try them in, because he was saying that we hadn't started adjusting them yet. And I explained, well, that's because before you even put them in, you mentioned that the acrylic wasn't extended like you wanted it to. So I just went straight to get Dr. Burrows. I didn't adjust anything. I just went straight to him. So Dr. Burrows went in there. They were having that conversation, and then he said, Dr. Burrows said, well, why don't we just refund you your money back? And he said, how much money am I going to get back? And Dr. Burrows said, you'll get your money back for your finals, but you already have your temporaries, so you won't get refunded for your temporaries. And so that's whenever he stands up, and Dr. Burrows said, where are you going? And he was like, I want to see my molds. I want to see my molds, meaning the impressions that we took of his mouth. We normally have stone molds in our pans that we keep. He demanded that he wanted those if he was getting refunded. Dr. Burrows explained to him those are thrown away after the dentures are made, so we didn't have any molds to give him. So Dr. Burrows told him once again, we're going to refund you your money since we can't please you. He said there's plenty of places around here that can do dentures. And then that's whenever he said, you know what? And he grabbed his dentures, and that's when Dr. Burrows said, what are you doing? And he went to grab the dentures from the man. Stephen pushed Dr. Burrows into the wall, which is right, my room is right there where that open window is. Okay. He pushed Dr. Burrows into that wall where that third window is. Dr. Burrows fell. I sprinted up to the front desk and I said, somebody go help Dr. Burrows, because Stephen just pushed him down.
By the account of the assistant working with Dr. Sinclair that day, the argument started over the fit of the dentures before they were even placed in his mouth.
After I went to the front desk, I run back to Dr. Sinclair's office. I told Dr. Sinclair the same thing. But he was standing right over me, and he just kept yelling at me, open the door, open the door.
What'd the gun look like?
I did not look at it.
That's fine. That's understandable.
I did not look at it at all.
Okay.
Staff offered a refund, partial, since he'd already used the temporary set. Smith asked how much he'd get back. When told he wouldn't be refunded for the temporaries, he demanded to see his dental mold.
I was able to get away. I just kept saying, don't shoot me, don't shoot me.
Do you know how many times he fired his gun?
Several. I know at least 4.
Okay. Do you know if he hit anyone? I know that there's some victims, but
I know he shot Dr. Sinclair twice. I don't know about Dr. Burrows.
Staff explained those are discarded after the final product is made. That's when, according to the assistant, Smith grabbed the dentures himself. Dr. Burrows moved to stop him, and Smith pushed him into a wall. Staff scattered to get help. Within moments, Smith went out to his truck, retrieved a handgun, and came back inside.
During any questioning, and you have the right to terminate the interview at any time. Do you understand these rights I've read you? Okay.
I would go ahead and like to ask for an attorney.
Okay.
To speak prior to the interview.
Okay. All right. So you want an attorney when you get interviewed? Is that what you, okay? We understand, but
prior
yeah,
to.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll get you. Like I said, we got you some water. Do you need anything? Why do you think you're feeling nauseous right now? I mean, did you eat something?
No, it might just be because I've been drinking too much water, but I'm feeling dehydrated, lightheaded.
Yeah. Okay.
The case moves slowly. Competency evaluations, pretrial motions. In January 2024, a court-appointed expert finds Smith competent to stand trial, a finding the defense doesn't contest. In November 2023, prosecutors had already announced they would not seek the death penalty. Then, on January 22, 2024, the same day jury selection was set to begin, Stephen Alexander Smith pleads guilty to capital murder. Under Texas law, once the death penalty is off the table, capital murder carries exactly one sentence: life in prison, with no possibility of parole. District Attorney Jacob Putman said the plea meant the victims' families no longer had to wait for a trial to get resolution, that Smith would never be released. Two doctors who'd spent decades practicing in the same community died over a dispute about a set of dentures and a refund. No history of violence. No warning signs anyone caught in time. What stopped this from turning into a longer manhunt wasn't a tactical unit. It was one employee's instinct to grab a phone and take a photo before running. Stephen Alexander Smith will spend the rest of his life in a Texas prison. Dr. Jack Burrows and Dr. Blake Sinclair won't get the years they had left. If this case showed you something you didn't expect, subscribe, because we break down one real case like this every week using the actual police and court audio, not recreations. And if you want to know what other departments do differently in situations like this, that's coming in a future video.